Okay, here we're live now. So, hey
Cool.
everyone. um, Welcome to our High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 3, episode 3 discussion. I'm joined by Ammie, and soon I'll be joined by Daniela as well, hopefully. um, and yeah, so um, I don't know. What do you want to start off with? Maybe we
Um,
can just start.
yeah. Um, yeah, if you wanted to go ahead and get into the episode, we can.
Mhm.
Otherwise, how are you doing? I saw that you saw The Cursed Child recently.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, we can talk about other stuff in the meantime. Yeah, oh my god, it was good. I cuz I've heard a lot of criticism about it, but my sister and I actually like really enjoyed it, and there were some like really funny parts. The
Hmm.
actor that played Scorpius, he was fantastic. He was so funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen
Um,
it?
no, but I've read like the script.
Mhm.
Because they sold that in like book form. Um, and like he is like valid.
I think you're cutting off.
Oh,
Uh,
hold on.
I think you're good now.
Okay, is it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just what were you saying?
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's
Cuz
the only criticism I really agree with.
oh, can you just repeat that again? Because I didn't get any any of that.
Yeah, that it reads like a fan fiction.
Yeah, yeah, no, I did notice that. Like a lot of um I don't know how to explain it. There it was just a lot of stuff from the actual I don't haven't read the book, so it was a lot of stuff from the actual movie that like kept getting mentioned. It was like kind of like they were rewriting it in a way.
Hmm.
So yeah. But I mean the actors were good. I think that made up for it. And also the special effects were really good. That we were so surprised. um but yeah. So we enjoyed it. I think we might go back and watch it again. So but probably like later down the line. um but yeah, I also just had my final like in-person class and oh he's gone. Okay. Um, Hi, Buggy, by the way. I think Ami's having some technical difficulties, so we'll wait for Ami to come back. Um, but as I was saying, I had my last in person. I'm just gonna check to see if Ami's all right in the chat. I'm just gonna keep my chat open. Okay. Oh, Ami's back. Okay. Okay. Hi.
Hey, yeah, so
Hi.
I had to like kick, I had to like kick my router.
Okay. Yeah. You sound okay now. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, was I? Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? Or
The last part I heard you say was that like it took a lot, like they revisited a lot of stuff from the movies.
yeah, yeah. And I was after I said that, I said the actors were really good. I think that kind of made up for it for me, and the special effects were really good. We were very shocked. We were very surprised by it. And we think we'll. My sister and I went, so we think we'll go back sometime
Okay.
again to see it.
That's
um,
not bad.
yeah, I don't know, like it, because I haven't read the book, so it's like not really something I'm like very connected to. My sister also didn't. She didn't understand something. Because she only saw, I think she saw the movies once, and then she like forgot about some of the plot points. Which I think if
Hmm.
you're watching this, you have to like actually know it pretty well, you know. like some important
Yeah.
characters. Yeah. Um, but yeah, other than that, I just finished my last like in person class for university
Okay.
on Thursday, and on Monday I have my last actual class because I do online as well, and then that will be it for me for school, and so that's been like really kind of emotional, but yeah,
Like like it's almost like completely over, like no more.
yeah, no more
Ooh.
after yeah, because I'm graduating in November. So it's like, yeah, it's the end for me. For being a student at least. I don't know if what I'll do after, but yeah.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
have to have like an East High graduation special.
Yeah. That'll be fun. No, I probably yeah, we probably should do like another live stream or something. Um I don't know. But yeah, what about you? What have you been up to this week?
Um, mostly just like working on like some of my art, uh, and stuff. Other than that, like, just doing my regular old job.
Hmm.
It's
Oh,
been pretty good.
yeah, I forgot to ask last week because it was your birthday the day before we did the live stream, but how was your birthday?
It was really good. Um, I got I got some gifts. More importantly, I got some money. Um, and then I went to work. It was a nice little thing. Um, I I always tell people I'm so boring.
No, I don't think
Like,
you're. I mean, I feel like
no, like
I feel the same way about myself, but
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, like I'm interesting to talk to and stuff. Like I can keep up a conversation, but I go to work and I go home.
Yeah.
I'm wasting my 20s.
No, I feel this. I kind of feel like that. Like except for me, it's with school. Like I don't
Mhm.
really do much for my birthday. I do, like I usually celebrate with my family and stuff. But that's it. Then I go to school or I do like mundane things. Like just regular things.
Yeah,
Um,
what did you do for your 21st birthday?
um, I remember I had because my parents like my family we always celebrate the midnight before our
Mhm.
birthday, so we always celebrate the night before. So we did that. We had cake and food. Um and then I think I went to the wait, was this my no, this was my I actually don't remember my 21st. Probably like I just went to school. Yeah. I was thinking about my
Okay.
22nd, which I went to the dentist the day after, like the day of my birthday, and then I went to class or something. I can't remember, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that
Yeah, my
memorable.
20 yeah, my 21st birthday, like I had a piece of cake and then I went to work.
Mm.
People were like, "Aren't you gonna go to like a bar and stuff?" And I was like, I've tasted alcohol before. It's not really my jam.
Yeah, like here, I mean, the legal drinking age here is 19, so
Mhm.
it wasn't like special, and yeah, I also don't like I don't drink, so I was like, and I don't like
Yeah.
going to bars. My sister's more of that type. Like she likes going
I
to
actually
bars.
love going to bars because like so I'll just like order like a Coke or
Mm-hmm.
something. And I'm with friends, so like the bartender will think I'm the DD, the
Uh.
designated driver, so I'll
Mm-hmm.
get like free refills. So all I had to do was pay $8 for one glass of Coke and then all the rest of it's free. And
Wow.
then I don't even have to drive them home because I will not let them throw up in my car.
Yeah.
I will order them ride shares.
Right. Wait, it's $8 for a Coke.
Uh, it was mostly hyperbole. I think it's like
Oh.
$5 for a glass of Coke, but bars have like,
S-
they make things expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, like the cookie. We my sister and I each bought one cookie from the Harry Potter play thing we went to
Mm,
yesterday, and it was called the Letter from Hogwarts cookie. So it looked like an actual like envelope and stuff, with the
mm.
seal on it, and it was $8.
Oh
And
yeah.
it wasn't very big. It was like this. but it
Mm.
was good. It was the only thing I ate up
Was
to
it
that
was it
point
worth $8?
that day. Uh, kind of, I guess, like for the photo, I guess we took after, and
Oh,
just to
okay.
enjoy it. But it was kind of not. It was very sugary. I guess that was my only like thing was like it's just a lot of sugar, but um,
Mm.
but it was good. I mean, yeah, for that one
Um,
experience. But
so I have it written down. I I took a couple notes and stuff. So I guess we can get started with like the cast list,
mm-hmm.
and then hopefully Daniela will be able to join us and tell her thoughts.
Yeah.
So let me run down the cast. So Gina was cast as Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney was cast as Elsa. Ricky as Kristoff. Jet as Hans. EJ was Finn the reindeer. Carlos was Olaf. The two younger kids we saw last episode were
Mm-hmm.
young Anna and Elsa. And Ashlynn was the ensemble. Although, if you want to know the two younger kids, like character names, it's Emmy is the one with the glasses, and Alex.
Alex.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and Ashlynn was in the ensemble. So what did we think of the cast list?
I was so excited to see that Gina and Courtney would be Anna and Elsa because I actually thought that they would because it kind of seemed obvious with the way that they made the auditions, like the how they organized them with
Hmm.
like the younger versions of Anna and
Yeah,
Elsa, and then next to them um were Gina and Courtney. So I was excited, but with Carlos, I was like, oh my god, like I kind of wish he would have gotten something else. I don't know, because I feel like kind of like what he was saying, like he always gets the part of an inanimate object, and I think he deserves
yeah.
like a lead.
You know what would have been crazy? I think so. I think Jet should have been Kristoff. Ricky should have. I said it last time. I think that Ricky should have been Olaf,
Mm-hmm.
and Carlos should have been Hans. I would like to see Carlos in like one of those villain roles.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, overall, I'm happy with the casting. You know, yeah, Ashlynn's in the ensemble, which
Hmm.
definitely we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm glad that they didn't like stick too much with the Carlos like changing the cast sheet thing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad they just like threw that away like immediately.
Yeah.
Um, although it does bring up the point of why even do it in the first place. Like you know,
Yeah, because it seemed
um,
very like inconsequential, like with like with the Rose Song episode from last season, where he like
mhm,
filmed Nini singing it, and then it really didn't do much except for like make
yeah,
her famous. But besides that, it wasn't like the fact that he did that wasn't really a big deal.
mhm,
So yeah, I kind of felt like it wasn't that it was like funny, but it wasn't. It didn't really do anything else.
yeah.
A
Like I
part of
think
that.
like if they were gonna do anything, if it since they had him do that, like they should have either been like, well, now you can't play your role, you know, since you
Mm,
tried to do this, and
yeah.
maybe like put him backstage with Maddox, and the stage crew
Hmm.
as part of the consequences, and then have him like doing some stage crew stuff or like make a friend in Maddox.
Yeah. I also wonder what he put like what was his cast list like.
Mhm.
Like kind of wish they would have told us that like what he thought of who should get what. And I also wonder like because he said like last episode when he was looking at the actual cast list he was like really bothered by something. So I wonder what that
Mhm.
was like. Like maybe it was himself. Like yeah, oh yeah, it was. It would have been himself being Olaf. So
Yeah.
yeah, he probably wanted to be like Hans or Kristoff.
Yeah.
What what do you think of EJ being Sven?
I mean, I think it works personality wise, but I also want to. wonder why Val did that because like he was like primarily focused on directing. Like maybe it's gonna be like, she wanted him to have like some kind of like levity during the process. Like, it'll be able to like get the stress off of him playing like such a minor role, but still being able to do something he likes.
Hmm. Yeah, it still kind of feels like he has a lot on his plate. I feel
Hmm.
like maybe he should kind like does he have a code or he has assistant director, right, which is Val, I guess. So,
Um, yeah.
yeah, she's
Well,
kind of
well, no. Val's the choreographer.
oh right.
But she took over casting for him.
Mhm.
That way it wouldn't be a bias and like to take some things. But yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that Val's like an honorary assistant director.
Hmm. Yeah. They should have I feel like they could have done like made her actually a AD. Um
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, yeah, what about Ashlyn?
Um, so Ashlyn, I get that they had to, they cast like all the major roles and stuff, so I get that she has to be in the ensemble. But one of my notes is, has Ash turned a page? By the end of this episode, like, is she more accepting of it, or are we gonna get a villain arc from Ashlyn?
Yeah. Um I hope that it would be interesting if she did kind of turn like she became Gina 1.0 or something. But
Hmm.
no, I think she does kind of like accept it at the end of this episode. I did like like what she sang, like the song she
Hmm.
sang. I liked
Oh,
it.
that was the best. That was the highlight of the episode.
Yeah. I did like EJ's too. But I loved Ashlyn's I love her voice in general, but I love the song she sang.
Although
Yeah.
I did wonder where like the backing instruments came from all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's true.
We find
um
out Val was just like playing every other instrument in the background. Like
yeah,
what
she's
she's thinking to herself, listen, this girl obviously needs this moment. Let me know.
yeah. um what else? Wait, I feel like I was gonna say something. um oh, okay, well, I was okay, what do you think about like Jed and who
Okay.
is it,
Yeah.
Maddox?
Yeah, because I have that in my notes. Jet and Maddox are siblings. Uh Yeah, like I like that. I wasn't sure what they were gonna do when Jet
Hmm.
popped out of the woods. Um, but I like it. It makes sense and stuff, and it further helps my theory that like Maddox's friend was Nene, and now Nene's not here.
Hmm.
Um, and stuff. I definitely respected like Maddox's point of view. Like, this is the place where I can be me, and like I don't have to like have any of my problems at home and stuff, and where like, I'm not your sister, I'm me, um and whatnot. I
Yeah.
definitely think it's gonna make for good drama.
Hmm. Yeah, it's but like I was kind of tricked at the beginning when like you I think his nickname for her is Maddie
Hmm.
or something like that. But I actually was like, oh no, he's the friend she was talking about. And then when they said they're siblings, I was like, oh okay, never mind. Like that's not. So yeah, I do kind of feel like you're gonna be right about the fact that it's Nini that was her friend.
Hmm.
And I was shocked that they said that they're siblings as well because I wasn't expecting that. I actually was expecting Jet to be the friend. That was kind of like a red herring. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do think that EJ should have stepped in more during the scary story because like it wasn't just Jet; they were all being kind of disrespectful to Maddox during the scary story thing. Like, yeah, like you think it's silly or goofy or whatever, but like you came to camp, let them do the camp things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. EJ wouldn't have let them, or would have not let not like in a dictatorial way, but like wouldn't have encouraged them to do that. Yeah. Wait,
Um,
what else
yeah,
happened? I
this
just watched the
this episode
episode.
is no, literally before we started from like 8 to 8:30, I was watching the episode for the first time.
Yeah, no, I watched it at like 6:30 or something. And then I
Mm.
just like I went and made a sandwich, and I was like I wrote down some things. I actually should pull that up. But I like usually I'll watch it twice so that I know what like I'll remember the lines especially. Um okay. I didn't say that much actually. EJ getting jealous.
I have that note. I have EJ jealous art.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's definitely seeming like we're gonna get a little bit of jealousy, um, on EJ's side, but I don't think that Ricky and Gina are gonna be a thing this season because I actually have in my notes it's a long shot, but Ricky and Maddox, I feel like they would work well, uh, energy wise. I feel like they just have to get to know each other,
Yeah, I
and
feel like
actually
they're
get their
both kind
thing.
of like goofy in a way. Like
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like that would work. Um yeah, oh, the other okay, so since Ricky is gonna be Kristoff, he's Anna's wait, is it Anna's love interest?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a while. So yeah, I didn't realize that until I after I think I watched the episode. So like, in a way, it was kind of predictable that they would be like. Oh, actually, we did kind of predict this. I think, right? That they would start to like, I don't know, like each other again or whatever
Hmm.
during the play. Um,
Yeah, you and Daniela definitely thought that Ricky and Gina would kind of like get into the chemistry of it.
mhm,
Although, like, Frozen is like very much like not about the love interest side of it. So like, I think I don't worry about them getting into the chemistry as much. I think EJ will mostly just read into things
mhm.
because like even in the movie, like even though they get together, Anna and Kristoff are very much just like buddies, boyfriend and girlfriend, rather than like heavy chemistry boyfriend and girlfriend.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true because it's mostly like between the sisters. Like
Hmm.
that's
Although,
the whole point of the movie is the love between the siblings. So
and bringing that up, I think that Frozen actually was a good choice if they use it well because Anna and Elsa's story could very much parallel with Jet and Maddox.
oh yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just the whole story of like usually being in the shadow of someone else's problems.
Mhm.
Maddox is always in the shadow of Jet's problems at home, and the other sibling who's usually having the problem ruining like the one day or the one period of time that the other sibling will get to shine
Mhm.
or make their own mark. So if they do it right, I think that it will definitely have been a good choice to use Frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I didn't think of it like that, but I could see that happening. Yeah. If it's
Overall, this episode was kind of a nothing burger.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember things that happened, and there were a couple things, but it wasn't like the other episodes. Like I think this one was also
Yeah,
shorter too.
I think I felt like that too because it felt like it was like a 15, like half the length, like 15 minutes instead of like 30.
Yeah, yeah, and like I thought
Um,
they would start auditions, not auditions. Sorry, they would start rehearsals
mhm.
this episode, but it was just kind of like that camp thing of um
Yeah.
campfire thing. Um Wait. Oh, so yeah, I think Daniela said last week that she thought Corbin Blue would show up, and we didn't get that but probably next episode.
We're definitely getting it next episode unless they
Yeah.
decide to like have next episode. No, yeah, because he's supposed to be showing up super early.
Mm.
So even then, we're definitely gonna get some Corbin next
Mm-hmm.
episode. I feel like he should start showing up like at least longer in the episodes. I mean, what is Corbin Blue really doing? Like, is his
Right.
schedule that busy? No offense to Corbin Blue, you know,
Yeah.
it's just um, but I hope we get to see Dewey, more.
Yeah.
I love Jason Earls.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I think we will because I think they just didn't show him like this episode because the one adult amongst like all these kids and stuff. They probably want to give him another adult to play off of.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I think that Jet will do a good Hans. Um, I definitely think it'll be cool to see like uh that first like song between Hans and Anna
Mm-hmm.
where they're like where they have like that one date and then Hans asks Anna to marry him.
Yeah. It's Love is an Open Door, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why that song is in my head right now, but yeah. Um it's a catchy song. There's so many good songs in this musical, but yeah, I was gonna say Jason Earl's like I feel like isn't he the only like adult in the camp, which I think is kind of strange. I mean, there aren't that they don't there doesn't seem to be that many kids, but I feel like during these like activities he probably should be present. I thought that was kind of odd that he kind of like lets
Yeah.
everyone do whatever they want during the night.
So yeah, this whole camp is kind of weird to me because EJ and Maddox are CITs, so they're
Mhm.
counselors in so that's counselors in training. So where are the actual camp counselors? Like,
Yeah.
you know, Jason Earl's character is obviously like the camp director.
Mhm.
Like he runs the camp and stuff. But yeah, where are all the camp counselors? Like, it doesn't make sense for all these campers to just be by themselves.
Mhm.
Um, like even with CITs, I feel like there should at least be like a camp counselor.
Yeah, like
Uh,
someone supervising everyone because they're all
yeah,
like the same age.
they could have made Val a camp counselor
Mhm.
instead of just bringing her in for like the play,
Yeah.
or the
No, I agree.
musical,
Mhm.
because like camp counselors are usually like like college age
Mhm.
and stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of wondering what that deal is.
Yeah. I'm kind of concerned, but
I
because
would hate to be. You know what? I understand why Dewey's so grumpy. I would hate to be surrounded by only teenagers all summer.
yeah, I feel like that was kind of his like Jason Earls. That was kind of his like thing with Disney because he was so much older
Mm.
than the other the other casts or the other Disney Channel stars.
Yeah, I
Um,
have to assume he always just hung out with like the actors who played the parents or something.
yeah. um yeah, like in Kicking It, and even in Kicking It, right, he's the only like, and there are a couple of adults in that show, but he's like the main adult.
Yeah,
There's
he's
not really.
mostly like it's mostly just him. Like the other adults are like characters that show up maybe once an episode.
Mhm. Yeah, that's funny, but um yeah, with Corbin Blue, I do hope that they give him more of a role. I know he's
Mm.
that's like his whole thing is he's not really present. He's like not really involved, but he's supposed to be like involved in the behind the scenes stuff. So I think maybe because next episode is like the midpoint of um of the season, so we'll probably get some more like drama, I guess.
Yeah, it'll definitely
Yeah.
start having to ramp up, uh, and stuff since we're getting next episode being the midpoint. It'll definitely start having to ramp up with stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wish they did more with this episode. Like they could have, Like they could have literally just like squeezed this whole episode into the ending of the next of last episode or something.
Yeah, yeah. Especially just like the casting, because the last two seasons, they've always just had the casting be the last thing, like the reveal at the very end. And they kind of drag
Hmm.
that out in this episode. Well, they showed it at the beginning, but they could have just added that in last episode, especially because the whole Carlos thing wasn't really like didn't really do much. I don't know.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, that could have been like the whole. They could have just followed that with like how they usually do it. Um, yeah, what do you think about Jet and Ricky?
So Jet and Ricky, I definitely think they're gonna end up being some good friends.
Mm.
Um, you know, I'm not Daniela. I don't see any like sparks between the two.
Yeah.
Um, so you know what? That's a good point we can talk about. Um, Jet and Ricky are bonding over the fact that they feel like they can't really count on their parents.
Mm.
Because Ricky was definitely in that spot, specifically in season one with his parents' divorce and stuff. He felt like he didn't really have anybody to turn to, and it's interesting to see Jet feel that way too.
Mm.
Um, and bringing it back to and Jet's relationship as well, I feel like um, we're gonna have like Jet realize that like even though he feels like he can't count on his parents, like he's gonna realize that what little attention his parents do pay to their children, they're so focused on him that like Maddox is like primarily like by herself and had to may have had to pretty much raise herself. Um, I
Yeah.
definitely think it's an interesting thing. I definitely think Jet and Maddox's home life to me is more interesting than any of these characters, any of our
Mm.
main characters. So I'm definitely excited to see where that goes. What do you think?
Yeah, that was the thing that that like intrigued me about this episode because I mean with Ricky and Gina I don't ship them, so I'm like okay, whatever. But no,
Mhm.
the thing that I noticed kind of made me sad was like Jet is kind of filling that role for like filling in Big Red's role, like being his
Mhm.
friend that he can count on. But at the same time, Jet, since he's been through that with his parents, he can relate more to Ricky than Ricky can relate to Big Red because Big Red he's his friend, but he doesn't have the same issue that he does. So so
Yeah.
I like that.
Which necessarily isn't a bad thing regarding
Mm,
Big Red because your friends don't have to like have the same experiences as you do, but it definitely helps like when you're in need of someone to talk to
mm,
about the situation. So I definitely think that Ricky's gonna be like kind of like a mentor type to Jet, even though
mm,
they're basically the same age.
yeah,
I think that Ricky's definitely gonna be able to help like Jet, you know, work out his issues.
yeah. And I was thinking like, but then so I was thinking like, is Ricky like still talking to Big Red? But then I also remembered that they don't have their phones, so they can't really
Yeah,
talk to anyone, which is like kind of scary. Like they don't have
yeah.
communication
I
with
like
anyone
that. I
outside.
like that. I like that. Going back to the first episode, that Big Red is working and stuff because I feel like that is like good to show that like yeah, some kids like have to work during the summer, so they don't get to
Mm,
do like all the fun stuff.
yeah.
I would definitely like to see more Big Red as next season comes on. Hopefully, we'll get like a Big Red cameo towards the end
Hmm.
when they're all arriving home.
Yeah. And Seb as well. Those two are, and hopefully Howie. Um,
Yeah,
with Courtney and everything. Yeah, like they're and not Nene though, because she's not in the show anymore, which sucks. But it was kind of yeah. I mean, this I think wasn't this the first episode that she wasn't in, basically.
yeah. Yes, it
right?
was.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because the last episode was apparently her last episode.
Yeah. So this is the first one. This is the first episode she doesn't appear in the entire show, which
I
yeah, it was kind of
which
strange.
yeah, I hate that the first episode that after Olivia's no longer in the show is a bad episode.
Yeah, it wasn't not much happened. Um,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, like it wasn't like a bad. It was boring.
yeah, it was like a kind of like a filler, except for the stuff um with Maddox and Jet. I feel
I love the way you say that.
what?
How you separate the mad and the ox part.
Yeah, wait, why?
Well, because her name is Maddox.
Maddox. I,
Yeah,
it's weird. I say yeah, Maddox because it's like that's how it's written, so I just pronounce
yeah.
Maddox. You're right. Yeah,
It's okay. You're a Canadian. It's all right.
I gotta pronounce everything. Yeah. No, I'm just not used. I was like, I didn't even know how to pronounce it originally.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I
Yeah,
also keep.
and they don't say it enough for you to really like catch the drift of it because
Yeah,
you know she's mainly called Gadget or like Jet called her Maddie
right.
in this episode. Like I'm sure if they would have like fully said it like once or twice in this episode, you would have like adjusted yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also like I sometimes I do call her Gadget, I think.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't know which one. I like both, but I'm also getting like comments, like spam comments, and so I'm like kind of trying I keep getting
Uh,
them.
yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about this uh about StreamYard is we'll get these.
Mhm. Yeah, like I did get them. I was using another platform. It's called Ecamm Live. I was using it with Daniela in the first live stream. I only was able to use uh, the guest feature thing for that live stream
Mm.
because we use the maximum amount that we can get.
Mm.
But I think we also got spammers there too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, hopefully they go away. I did like block them, but they sometimes come back.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I was watching last live stream. Like
yeah, I was
I
struggling.
was consistently watching you block them. I was like, damn, how was Mimi like paying attention to the conversation?
Yeah. No, that's why it was good that both of you guys were just most like a lot of the time you guys were just talking and I was just blocking.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully Daniela can come on soon though.
yeah.
'Cause-
Maybe you should at her just in case, like in the group chat,
yeah.
just to check on her. She might have like forgotten.
Mm. Yeah, because I don't think she's been active. Yeah, she was active an hour ago. Maybe she's still coming home. Um. Okay, I'll add her. But I mean, it's fine. Like um you missed the first episode, so
Mm,
if she misses this episode, it'll be kind of even.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then you'll just miss an episode, and we'll have to just talk about it on like a regular Instagram call.
yeah. um, yeah. I mean, we kind of talked about the majority of the episode, and we've only been on for not even 40 minutes, but
Yeah,
it's funny.
no, yeah, it's that's why I was hoping that's why I hope Daniela comes in because we'll get her takes,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe she'll bring up something we missed. But yeah, like when it's kind of a filler episode, like there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Um,
The one thing like the one line that kind of made me laugh. I don't know if they were I don't know. Like I don't know. But it was the line where Courtney says to Ricky like you're the reason why girls can't trust boys or something like that. It was something like that after they scared her and I was like kind of thinking
mhm.
about it in like a meta way with
Oh
the
yeah,
drama. I don't know if that was intentional, but that I was like thinking about it that way.
Yeah, no,
um,
I don't think that that was like the reason behind the line, but I definitely think that like with everything that's happened, it's definitely funnier that way.
yeah,
Um, I also liked her line right before that, like if Carlos was the first to go, this camp's kind of homophobic.
yeah. And she's like, "I'm too hot to die" or something. And then, yeah, that was
Mm,
funny. Yeah. Um, yeah, that was the other thing, right? Where I mean, I feel like Courtney hasn't really gotten much. Like she hasn't really gotten a role in this season. Like
mm,
besides her being like scared of going to camp the entire time.
mm.
But other than that, she hasn't really gotten much.
I'm definitely gonna have. I think it'll definitely bring up some issues, and um, I do think with the audience that watches this show, it'll definitely bring some heat to the show if Courtney doesn't get much of a role this season, especially with her being a lead.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I definitely think it'll bring in some questions of like why they're not focusing um on Courtney
Hmm.
when she's supposed to have a leading role. Um,
Yeah, like she had more of a an involvement in the story like last season. Not s
mm,
She was like she did have some involvement in season 1, but it was always like in relation to Nini. And I think
mm,
that I saw a criticism about that, because usually like black characters will always like they'll always portray them as the person who like the white characters
yeah,
will go to, for like
yeah,
advice and stuff.
as the quirky best friend.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like season 2 was more of her like coming out of that and having her own like love story
Mm,
and and her own like like her own confidence was like coming out in season 2, and then season 3 she's kind of been regressed to being the quirky girl that doesn't like going to camp,
mm.
which I can relate,
Yeah,
but
it'll definitely if they don't actually give her a role, it'll definitely bring in some criticisms of focusing on the lighter skin uh black character rather than the darker skin black character.
mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Especially given that they have like they are both our leading characters
Mhm.
and stuff like how are you going to focus on Ricky more
Right.
when he's playing Kristoff than Courtney who's playing our dual lead.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm definitely excited to see Courtney sing "Let It Go."
Yes, yes. I'm excited for that too cuz like that's such a big song. That's the song in the whole movie, right?
Mm,
That's the one.
um,
So, yeah.
I definitely see how they're gonna play it out too. So they'll probably have it play it out to where like she the first time she sings it at least is this is her first time being in the leading role and it's what she wanted, but she's gonna be nervous
Mm,
and stuff and like the whole don't let them see, don't let them know thing. It's like probably gonna be the whole like don't let them know you're scared to be this leading role.
mhm.
Show the confidence you have.
Yeah. And I do remember like the one thing that I do remember her in the first episode, she put up a like a little poster or vision board thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something about like fear, about like not letting fear stop you. So I think that
Okay.
might come back in a way of like her being, like you said, like her having to experience fear, stage fright, or whatever, and then the song will be like her way of letting go or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, probably I think they'll, like you said, they'll have her be nervous in the rehearsals, and then in like the actual show, she'll actually sing the song really well. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't. I don't know what else we can talk about. Honestly.
So, unless Ash like gets that villain arc of being like the Gino 1.0, which would be good because she was the one who we talked about misguidingly called Gina 1.0, for simply wanting a role,
Hmm.
um, which she did too. So other than her having like that Gina 1.0 role, I don't see any other reason for her to be here, especially since she's just part of the ensemble and whatnot. Um, you know, m- even if her arc is like figuring out that like she doesn't always have to be the star, after that one thing, that's still like a Gino 1.0 arc.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I hope. I. Okay. Wait. So if Courtney and Gina are getting the leads this season, then I
Mhm.
wonder what's gonna happen next season.
So next season, we'll have to, until we make our like solidified, we won't be able to make our solidified guesses until we like figure out what they're doing next season.
Hmm.
But if we're just gonna make the like who should get the lead roles, um, maybe Carlos and Seb would get the lead roles. It would be nice to see that.
Yeah.
Or heck, even Big Red. Um, and Carlos or Big Red and Seb.
Hmm.
It would be nice to like continue on this path of like giving like the other characters a chance to shine.
Hmm. Yeah. I actually think probably Carlos, because he's more of like a main character.
Hmm.
And I mean Seb and Big Red. I think Big, like at least in the first season, Big Red was a bigger character than Seb. But I think Carlos will probably be next season
Yeah,
he'll probably get the role, like the main
yeah.
role.
Carlos is definitely front runner for whatever main role there is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So Emmy and Alex are two younger people. I don't think we're gonna get much of them. I think they really just needed someone to play like the younger
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
Although it would be nice to see a little bit more of them in relation to Gina because they were fans of Gina in the first episode, or maybe it was the second episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice to see them like um, getting experience from Gina, or like there seemed to be a little bit of tension between Emmy and Alex the last episode. Like, I believe Alex was trying to, you know, be a bigger in the spotlight than Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice to see like Gina try to like, tell them like you don't have to push others out of the spotlight in order to be in it.
Yeah.
You can definitely share it. It, w- I'm just trying to think of ways that they can use this ensemble uh, in the best
Yeah.
possible way. So, like honestly, like EJ, um, I have the least like bit of like ideas of where he's gonna go. Like other than him just being nervous about like directing the show and stuff. Like I hope we and being jealous. He's nervous and jealous. That's him this season.
Yeah. Which is kind of the jealous part is also season one, EJ. So
Mm,
nervous, not he was more confident, I guess, prior in the prior seasons. But about Emmy and Alex, I was gonna say something. Oh, I was it was funny how it's like there it's conveniently like there's two little girls who like who fit the descriptions and I did see like I do hope that Gina kind of like guides them. I think especially Emmy, because she does feel it does look like she's like more of like the sidekick character. I don't know, sidekick
Mm.
friend. Um, and so yeah, what was I gonna say? What? Oh, EJ. Okay, so yeah, yeah. I wonder how if he's even gonna come back next season. How he's even gonna like be in the show if like he's the only. I think he's like the only character that doesn't really have a chance of getting a lead role anymore,
Mm.
which kind of which is kind of sad. But he kind of did play Troy in season one for like one scene, I think. So that was the only thing he
Yeah.
got, which kind of sucks. But maybe
Yeah.
he'll do like theater in college if he goes.
So, I think they were talking about him getting into what was it, like Duke
Mm-hmm.
or something?
Yeah, it was Duke.
I don't think he's gonna get into Duke. Um, yeah, because I think he's like waiting for I think he's waiting for his application to be approved or denied. But I don't think he's gonna get into Duke. Hopefully he comes back next season, like even in a more minor role.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do hope it's weird because I like EJ and Gina together, but I do hope that a college student isn't dating Gina next season.
Yeah, that's true. And we did have a comment that we didn't address, but but it's kind of the kind of goes with what we're talking about right now. If we ship Porwell or Rena, which I just like to
Who's
call them by their
who's
names.
Portwell?
Yeah, exactly. Portwell is Gina and EJ because of their last names, and then Rena
Oh,
is Ricky and
Ricky
Gina.
and Gina.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
ship Portwell.
Yeah, I ship Portwell, but not post season three.
Yeah.
Um, I know we've discussed this before, but how old is Gina?
I think she's 16, but I might be wrong. Like I don't know. Honestly, hopefully she's 17 at this point, and he'll
Yeah.
be like he would be 18, I guess. So it wouldn't.
Depending on his birthday, because like some
Yeah.
people like graduate from high school like at 17.
Mm. Like I'm assuming we both did. I did at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my birthday's like in
August.
August.
Mm. And
So yeah.
Daniela did too. So yeah. Um. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't because I did like I remember hearing that she said she was a sophomore in the first season. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I was off, but I know the other characters were juniors. So yeah, I don't know. But it wouldn't make sense. Like I don't understand why they would have why they made her a sophomore in season one when she could have just been a junior. I don't know, but
Maybe they had like a fill. Maybe because like they knew that like Ricky, uh, I don't know. Well, I know that next season's the last season, right?
mhm.
Um, I don't know. Well, obviously they didn't know that in season one. Like they weren't sure like how long they were gonna go. So maybe they had Gina be like a year younger. That way, like she could take over the show for a possible season, like whatever the next season would be. Because they obviously knew like in the casting, like you know what your actors are currently doing and
Mm,
stuff. So they figured, what if Olivia, blows up? What if wh- whoever the whoever the heck plays Ricky blows up? I don't know the actor's name. I apologize to that
yeah.
man.
Joshua, yeah.
Yeah, Joshua. Um, so maybe they made Gina a year younger so she could carry a season by herself with like some other characters.
Yeah, it would kind of be like a bunk situation where one of them
Mm.
stays and everyone else like leaves. So, and then they would kind like not really. I don't know if they would be. able to like bring in the season 3 characters if that were to happen, because like they only exist in summer camp, like they wouldn't all just go to the same school. um
Mhm.
but it could be like a community theater type of thing if they wanted to. um
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean hopefully she isn't that young. Like
So do you
it's
think
so
they
weird.
missed I know we talked a little about how I wish they hadn't done the mockumentary style last live stream. But do you think they missed the opportunity to just do a High School Musical the series? Like they didn't have to like it wouldn't be a reboot, but like it would just be like High School Musical the series instead of making it High School Musical the musical. Like do you think they missed an opportunity on like maybe making the next Glee rather than have it be so meta that it's like,
That it's
oh well, High
about.
School Musical is like a movie in this show, and you know what I mean?
I think so. Like, are you saying they, instead of making it about the movie, like they would have just made a Glee
Right.
kind of thing, like just theater
Well,
kids?
um, yeah, kind of because like how they like early 2010s or something, I think. They had been like planning to make a High School Musical the series, and it was going to be connected like within the universe of High School Musical. Like I
Oh,
think it would have had like someone's cousin or something, like one character's cousin or something. Do you think they missed out on having like it be in the universe, like not as meta?
yeah, that could have. I think that would have made more. It would have made it less confusing. I think.
Mm,
Um, to have it be not a like so meta, right? They just
mm,
they really made it meta this season. But yeah, they could have had, in that way they wouldn't have had to like have the actors of High School Musical be like playing roles. Like I don't know, like they changed Corbin Blue's personality, I'm assuming, to
mm.
make him seem more um snobby. But they could have had like um they could have had like it would have been kind of like a spin-off, I guess, if they would have kept it
Yeah.
within the universe. It would have been like, yeah, it would have been like a spin-off, and then we could have had, because I think I read somewhere that like Zac Efron wants to do another movie. So like I
Mm.
wonder how that would affect this show if they were to do another high school musical movie. um yeah.
Yeah. And I also think it would have like I feel like the reason next season's the last season is because a show like this can only go on for so long. Like, it's season three and it's already kind of like running out of its charm
Yeah, and
a little bit.
it's deviating from the actual premise of it, like the High School Musical
The
aspect of it, because they're
musical.
not even like doing the other movies. Like they didn't do the second film as a musical. Like they didn't perform it.
Yeah, they didn't do the third one or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like now even the title of this show doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and I think so it could have gone on longer if they would have just like made it a spin-off set within the universe because you can change cast members and stuff at like Glee did, um, and whatnot. I definitely think they missed an opportunity, um, and they should have stuck with the original plan of just having it set in the universe.
Hmm. And
I think
another.
like Adam Hicks was supposed to be in it. Was supposed to
Really?
be in the original. Yeah, like like there's like I think there's like a whole like wiki
Oh,
page about like
yeah.
what it was supposed to be.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
I know that I watched an interview with the coach that Coach Bolton, the actor. He said
Mm.
that they were planning on doing like either a show or a movie about it was with him in it, I think it was like what you were saying about the cousin thing. But like
Hmm.
it wasn't about the main cast. It was more like the side characters or something. Like with Coach Bolton, it was something like that. So I don't know that they for this show at least they could have they could have made it make it more sense to connect it with like the actual characters um in the universe. And there
Yeah, like
was yeah.
no, go ahead.
Oh no, there was something I was gonna say. I can't remember. Just continue.
Yeah, like even if they wanted to like have these characters be these characters, like that would have been fine and stuff. It's just it. I feel like they missed an opportunity by making it so meta. Like
Hmm.
I love a good meta joke and stuff, but making the whole series so meta definitely, like I said before, the charm is definitely lowering as it goes.
Hmm. Oh yeah, the thing I was gonna bring up was there. I don't remember her name, but she was in the movies. She was like in High School Musical. She played like the girl that could like dance. I don't remember her name.
Oh, I don't remember her name either, but I do
Yeah,
remember. She
yeah,
likes to cough and laugh.
like yeah, yeah. She was in the first season of the show, and I was wondering like, was that like even was this supposed to be her like the actress because they didn't really say anything about her being there. They were just like laughing or whatever. They like happy, but then they weren't like, oh my god, that's so and so, the actress.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be the actress. It's just I guess she wasn't a main character, so they weren't gonna be like, oh, you know. I guess they didn't want to have to explain who she is for the
Mm-hmm.
people who didn't remember.
Yeah, and like, is
Um,
she supposed to be like a she's like part of the board or something, or like the teachers or something? So like, is she? Like, I'm so confused. Is she like an actress, or is she just part of the school now, or I don't know.
I don't know.
It's weird. And also they brought back uh Lucas, the actor that played Ryan, right?
Hmm.
In the second, no, the first season, but he was actually playing himself,
Hmm.
and then now Corbin Blue is playing himself. So it's like it's so confusing, like how they're bringing back the actors from the movie. Um, yeah.
Yeah, although I would love it if like one of our characters doesn't want to ask him about High School Musical. They want to ask him about like Jump In
Mm,
or something, his Double Dutch movie from
yeah.
Disney.
Yeah. I love that movie. It was
I, I,
good.
I also love that movie. That movie's better than every High School Musical.
Honestly, yeah. Like besides the like the songs from the movie from High School Musical, like I feel like there's much better like plots. There's much
Hmm.
better like um movie plots than the actual um than High School Musical. But
You
yeah,
know
Jump
what?
In was really good.
You know what? What's your favorite High School Musical movie?
Ooh, I think probably the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's the third one. I think it was a theatrical release, so bigger budget. I think
Yeah.
it like the plot was better than either of the two movies. Like, we got to see like I mean it was the same plot as the last two movies, like Troy's like struggle to choose between basketball and music, but like it felt like a bigger situation since he was like actually graduating.
Hmm.
And stuff like everything just seemed bigger, like on a bigger scale
Yeah, and the
between like.
cinematography was great.
Mm,
The everything, like yeah, it was much bigger budget probably. I mean, they made a lot of money from it.
yeah.
I did watch it in theaters because I remember going for my birthday and I checked to make sure that I was correct, and it came out in October, so I must have seen it at the beginning of November, which is where my birthday falls. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to go see it with my cousins and my sister. And I remember I have because I have a older male cousin. He's the same age as my sister, and in that
Mm-hmm.
scene with Sharpay, where she's singing "I Want It All," he was like he's cringing so much from it. I don't know. I remember that part. That was like the only thing I remember honestly from that, because I don't think he
Um,
wanted to see it. He just had to go because it was my birthday. So
yeah. Um,
yeah.
Shoot, one of the best songs from it, I think the best song, was "Scream." Uh, you know,
Hmm.
Daniela's gonna kill me for saying this. Where, Ariana Grande ripped off the whole like walking and falling over walls, like
Right.
the
Yeah.
spinning room thing from
Hmm.
High School Musical 3.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that because I don't really listen to Ariana Grande, but I did see that a few weeks ago. I think that the comparison of her music video and the and the movie. But yeah,
Yeah,
that scene's iconic. I think that scene alone was just like so much better shot than the other two movies. Like I
all the
don't.
CGI basketballs falling, and then he
Hmm.
catches one.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah, it's so good. And I mean, I do like the second. I like the first number in the second movie. The what time is it? Because it's just so iconic.
Hmm.
You know, summer and everything. Oh, actually, what's your favorite High School Musical song or um m- scene? What a number or whatever.
Okay. It so the obvious winner is I Don't Dance. Um,
Mm,
not only because it's just a great scene, and Ryan was my favorite character uh in the High School Musical movies when I was a kid.
mm-hmm.
Nowadays it makes so much sense, but like I don't know, like I've always liked like side characters. Like even to this day, like, with Cobra Kai, Hawk is my favorite character.
Mm,
Um, or like Tori and stuff. Like I like the side characters more than the
yeah.
main characters. But I liked it. I like a bit of baseball too. So, the baseball in that scene is actually very accurate. Like, if you watch Dylan is in Trouble, he actually comments on like how they're doing some like deep baseball stuff.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that video,
Mhm.
probably, but I'll go back to that and look. Because I don't remember him
Um,
commenting on it, but
and then as I got older and gayer. Um, the fact that Chad and Ryan switched clothes is the
Mhm.
fruitiest thing in those movies, which is weird because like I only started like shipping that
Mhm.
later. Like I used to be a big like Ryan and Gabriella truther
Oh,
because of the second movie. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
that
Ryan and
scene,
Gabriella got
yeah,
some chemistry, yeah.
with the brownies, the
Mhm.
where Troy's like, "I've tasted her mom's brownies," or whatever. That was weird, but yeah. Um, yeah, and, no, I did like I think, back no, I don't remember if back then people were seeing that as like people were shipping Ryan and Chad.
Mm.
Um but I that scene is also iconic. I mean it's great. There's so many good ones. I mean I know pretty much all of them. Maybe not the third movie as much, uh
Mhm.
because it wasn't originally didn't originally come out on Disney or Family Channel, which is what I had.
Mm.
I don't think I ever saw it on Family Channel, but um, for me, I think there's too many. I think probably what time is it? Just because it was
Yeah.
so good. Like Chad in that is so like it's incredible. He's
Mm.
incredible in that.
Um. Yeah, like the third movie doesn't really have that many iconic songs. I think it has like two, that I like
Mm-hmm.
Scream, and my second favorite song and scene actually does come from the third one. It is "The Boys Are Back."
Oh.
I did like that because you know, I wish they would have done more with like Chad and Troy's like friendship. Because like it was subtle like in the ways, but like I definitely think they could have explored like how like the whole reason Chad, was scared in the first place about like Troy doing music and stuff, and I think they should have kind of delved into it more going in, especially in the third movie since they were all going off to colleges and stuff. It's like, Chad's scared he's gonna lose his best friend to this new interest and stuff. Like their whole dream, like up until the point of the first movie, was to play basketball together their whole lives,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I definitely like seeing Chad and Troy get like a little duet.
Yeah, I do think I think I saw somewhere that people were saying, I mean someone said, I remember that the boys are back scene was like not important, or like it didn't really, but I do think it was because like you said, they don't really like go into like Chad and like what, like sort of his motive for Troy, um for like him being uh like him being against Troy doing the musical, and their friendship is really important in the movies. Like it was really important, but they didn't explore it as much as they did in the third one, in the third movie with that
Mm.
song. For me, like I Want It All is probably the most iconic number in the third movie. I don't know. I listened to
Wait,
it a lot growing up.
wait, wasn't I Want It All from like the second one?
No, it's the third one.
Oh, what was Sharpay's number in the second one?
Oh my god, fabulous!
Fabulous,
Yeah,
yeah. I
kind
don't
of the
know,
same.
Sharpay. Yeah, I was gonna say they're kind of the same song
Yeah,
in different fonts.
yeah.
Um, but like the whole Chad and Troy thing, it goes back to like what you were saying, and like what many people have been saying and criticizing and stuff is, it's getting better now, but like it was really bad, like in the early 2000s and even the early 2010s and stuff, of
Hmm.
like the best friend person of color.
Yep, yep. That trope is so, even now. I mean, we see that with Courtney,
Mm,
which really sucks. But yeah, they really could have given Chad a more prominent role, and also he probably had like some interesting, like he could have had some interesting stuff to do as well,
mm,
in the movies, and it would have been cool if, even if we would have gone to see him in like like a spin-off movie. They did do one with Sharpay, right? Have you seen
mm.
that movie?
I have seen Sharpay's Fabulous
It's
Adventure.
Adventure. Yeah, I saw it.
Um,
I think I only saw it once, and I don't know. But what do you
yeah, I
think?
saw it the one time when it premiered on Disney Channel. Um, I was not a fan of it.
Mhm.
I was a fan of seeing Ryan again.
Yeah, at the
I
end.
think Ryan would have made an more interesting spin-off than Sharpay,
Yeah.
especially since like it kind of goes against like Sharpay's ending in the third one. Sharpay like she she wanted to go study. She was doing her college thing, but she went to study under Miss Dervis. I thought that was like a sign that like what, maybe Sharpay likes teaching drama
Hmm.
and whatnot, and she was happy being not in the spotlight. But then Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure, and she's like the same person she was in the first High School Musical.
Yeah. And the whole the whole like the whole series or franchise is basically her going back every single movie to her old self, and then learning to be like a team player or whatever, and then she does the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But like even with like with Ryan too, right? Like the I think it was in the second movie where he kind of like stood up to her at the end, I
Mm.
think, and then they kind of go back to it in the third movie where she's like again she wants to be in the spotlight, and then he's like in that I want it all, and then he's like the side person, right? Sidekick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they
They
just
kind
keep
of like
doing it.
revert him back. But
Yeah.
I think it was okay with Ryan in the third movie because like Ryan had stood up for himself, so he was confident enough in himself, and you know, obviously, like he knew that he was one of the submissions to Juilliard and stuff because like don't let Troy fool you. Like you usually have to be the one who submits the thing. Miss Durbus just did that for him. Um, so like I think that Ryan was just confident enough in himself and like doing what he needs to do to get Juilliard that he
Hmm.
was okay taking the back seat to Sharpay.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, definitely. Uh, the High School Musical movies are great, but they could have been a lot more.
Yeah, they definitely could. Um, yeah, like I was saying with Chad, they could have developed his character more, and also what was her name? Taylor, right?
Hmm.
Like they both Troy and Gabriella had the black friend that's doesn't contribute as much to the story as they're supposed to, but they could have had more interesting relationships or like with them more character arcs, right?
Mm.
Because Taylor, I don't really remember that much about her.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like that's the trope is like the quirky uh or the person of color best friend who has one personality trait
Hmm.
um and stuff. Taylor was the smart one because she was in
The
uh
science club or
the
whatever.
science
Yeah.
the science and math club
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff because she was part of the team that Gabriella was on in the first one. Um, and Chad was the sporty one who like bought Walmart T-shirts with like common phrases on them.
Yeah.
I still remember like uh the competition going into the second one because you get to pick what shirt Chad wore in the What Time Is It? Um,
What?
yeah, there was like there was like this competition. There was not like this competition. It was like this like voting thing. So you would go onto the Disney Channel site and you would vote for like what shirt Chad was gonna wear in the What Time Is It opening scene of High School Musical 2.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why he had like I remember the green shirt that he
Yeah,
wears. That's the
that's
one.
the one.
I don't remember what it
Um,
says, but
I don't know. I think I come with my own like background music or it was something. Um, you know, uh, but no, like it was definitely a time to be alive because like you also had like those Danimals commercials, like the Danimals yogurt, um, where like you could like get flown out to like film, uh, flown out to be on set for like a day of uh, the Sweet Life,
oh my god. No, I
and meet Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
That's crazy. I've never seen I don't think that was a part of like the family channel cuz we were
Mm.
Canadian, so I don't know if that would have been something they would have done, but
Wait,
it's
that is true. What
funny.
did they call? What did they call Disney Channel original movies? Um, in
They
Canada because like they're DComs here. They're Disney
Yeah.
Channel original movies.
Yeah, I think no, they probably did call them decoms. I don't remember, but I do remember, seeing like they would show the movie and they would be like Disney Channel original movies and then whatever it was.
Okay.
So they did have that, I think. I don't like, but they probably had different like okay, the the wand IDs, right?
Hmm.
I don't think
Yeah.
we had that. Like I don't think they showed the wand IDs. And I was watching a video of someone ranking the wand IDs. It's a fantastic video. It's like I think it's like 2 hours long, and they ranked every single wand ID. It was so good. I was so tired that day, but I watched the whole thing, and they're actually a very they're a very underrated YouTuber. They don't have that many subscribers, but they're like their video editing is really good. But
What's the
I
name?
I don't remember. I'll put it in the description for anyone that wants to check it out because I don't remember it right now. But what was it? Oh, so they went through all the wand IDs, and I only know some of them, like the more iconic ones, like Raven or Selena. Um, I think Miley as well, but like I think I only know those because I saw them on YouTube. It's not because I grew up watching the Wand IDs.
Hmm.
Because they're not gonna say you're watching Family Channel or whatever, or you're not watching Disney Channel on Family Channel. So yeah, it's interesting how we had like different experiences growing up. Like with Disney Channel, because for me that was Disney Channel, but it wasn't at the same
Yeah,
time.
because you said like some Nickelodeon shows also came on like the Family Channel, so you weren't, so you thought that like, I think we had
Zoe
this
101.
conversation like, yeah, you
Yes.
thought that Zoe 101 was a Disney show.
Yeah, and it was so different from the other Disney shows. I was like, what? And everything else from Nickelodeon was on this other channel called YTV, which for me that was
Hmm.
Nickelodeon. But Zoe 101 was so like the humor was Nickelodeon, right? And also the actors as well, like Victoria, um, and I think Jeanette was in it. Right? So I was
Hmm.
like, I was very confused for a while, and then I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense because it was kind of more mature than Disney, right? I think we also
Yeah.
had Disney XD on Family Channel as well. I think everything was like sort of the same thing, but I think I did by that point, by the time I started watching Disney XD, I don't know when they created it, but by that point I think I did know that. I did realize that they were like different, supposed to be different things, right? Like Disney Channel and Disney Channel XD. Um
Hmm.
but yeah, they only came out with Disney Channel Canada in 2015 or something, like during Girl Meets World, because they premiered
Yeah.
one of the episodes earlier for in Canada than they did in the States. And but I didn't have it at the time. Like I stopped having cable um after like Wizards ended or something. So I didn't I didn't watch
Hmm.
Disney Channel at all, basically. But or that format of Disney Channel. But yeah.
I'm
Um
I'm looking on YouTube for the Wand ID rankings.
right, okay, wait.
Um,
Did you find it?
I see one by like Alec Combs.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's them. Yeah, that's him.
okay, so it has like he's doing like the actual like ranking board thing, like that
Hmm.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Alec Combs,
Yes.
ALECCOMES. For
Yeah.
anyone watching.
Yeah. How many subscribers does he have now?
Let me go see. 1.13K.
Oh wow, that's cool. Cause he wasn't even at 1K when I watched him, which was only like a month ago, I think. So
Hmm.
that's cool. Like he's growing, which is great.
How do you
Yeah.
how do you get to 1.1? How do you get to 1.13K? Don't once you hit 10, it's like 2K.
Uh wait, what do
Like
you mean?
1.9, because like 1.9K would be like 1,900.
Yeah. So
This says 1 point.
1.13 is
Yeah,
like,
this is.
yeah, it's weird, but it would be 1,130.
That's that's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, they used to no, they used to just show the whole number. They wouldn't just put like 1 point whatever. Now they're just for me it shows up as like 15.1.
Mm,
um but I do have the accurate like channel like the subscriber count, but for everyone else it would be like 15 point whatever, right? Um
mm,
but yeah, I don't know why they changed that. But yeah, so yeah, he I don't know, I found his video very entertaining. It's I think it's like 2 hours long, right? And there was like over 100 IDs that he ranked. But he
oh
put
my
in a
god,
lot of effort.
I'm immediately subscribing because I was just I was literally thinking about this because we were talking about like DComs and Nickelodeon and stuff. He has a video right before the Wand ID video, the last day of summer, the movie Nickelodeon forgot they made, and I try to talk about this movie with everybody I know, and nobody remembers it.
Well, I don't know what that is, honestly. So maybe I'll watch his video.
A video,
I don't think I
yeah,
watched that one. I He did another
yeah,
one of As the Bell Ring. He did
oh
that
yeah,
video about that. Yeah, that was good.
yeah. Wait, do you remember As the Bell Rings?
Yes,
I'm looking through his stuff right now.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's funny we just deviated from HSM, but that's fine because there wasn't that much to talk about. Um but yeah, no, I don't think it came out on Family Channel. I think I watched it on YouTube or something, like because I think I was like what like with Demi and everything. I was invested in their show, so I wanted to see
Hmm.
what they had. So yeah. But it's
Yeah,
interesting.
like no, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's interesting how they had so many different As the Bell Ring versions, which he talks about in his video.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy because I remember when the As the Bell Rings like cast changed, like when Demi wasn't on it anymore, and like I didn't even know who Demi was when she was on it. I
Hmm.
just noticed that they changed it, and I was like, oh, the original girls in Camp Rock now. Um,
Uh,
I don't know if you talked about this because I wasn't here for the first episode live stream. What did you think about like them like when they showed like Camp Rock on like their Spotify
okay,
and
yeah.
stuff like when they were on the road trip?
Hmm. We did,
I,
yeah, we did talk about this. So I remember what Daniela said. She said she didn't like it, like not like she thought it was like kind of strange how they were incorporating Camp Rock, and I said like it kind of makes sense that they do it because it's a camp season, but I was
mm,
also very confused on what song they were using because it was a remix, like they remixed the
mm,
two songs. So at first I was like, I don't like what is this? But then I remembered it was the Joe Jonas song, which yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Um, yeah, I liked it because I'm like, well, High School Musical's a movie in this show, so like, of course they like Camp Rock too. Like, I've never seen any high schoolers this like willing to admit that they like High School Musical or Camp Rock, but like, since they do, like, it makes sense that it's in their Spotify,
Yep,
um,
that's true.
and
Honestly,
whatnot. Honestly, they could have done Camp Rock this season
yeah.
for the musical. But, I guess, but like we said, since Jet and Maddox and the Frozen parallels,
Mm.
I guess it's good they didn't. But that would have been a good thing to do as Camp Rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It would have in that way it would have made a lot of sense because of camp, rather than Frozen doesn't really seem to be like like the theme of Frozen doesn't seem to be like um it doesn't seem to align with the camp atmosphere except for like Gadget and Jet, which now it
uh,
makes more sense, but before it
like
didn't.
even yeah, like
Yeah.
even with that, like if you disregard Jet and Maddox or Gadget, Camp Rock would have also been like more aligned with Courtney. getting the lead as Mitchie because
Yes.
they both want to be a star, but they're scared of being a
Mm-hmm.
star.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been great.
Missed
Yeah.
opportunity, High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 3.
Yeah. It's true. And also like I love how we're just talking about the cuz I haven't really had a chance to like talk about, DComs and shows and stuff with people that were my
Hmm.
age, right? So it's fun. Um but what did you think of Camp Rock 2 in comparison to Camp Rock 1?
Okay, so you have to. So in order for me to tell you this, you have to understand the thing about me. Um, so uh, Nick Jonas is my favorite Jonas. He's always been my favorite Jonas. So I was definitely, I definitely like that they added more Nick to Camp Rock 2.
Mhm.
So for the longest period of time before like I got a sense of like, well, this is actually, the better movie and stuff. I much preferred Camp Rock 2 just for the added
Mm,
scenes. But Camp Rock 2 is horrible.
yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Um, like they shouldn't have made a Camp Rock 2 in the first place. Like I don't even think the first Camp Rock is that good.
Yeah. I think
um,
yeah, like Camp
yeah.
Rock, the first one was like um I think that was the first thing I ever saw of Demi, so
Mm,
and it also had the mom from Wizards, so I was like
mm,
excited. And I think that was also for me the introduction of the Jonas Brothers, as I'm sure for a lot of people it was like that as well. And I love This Is Me like so
mm.
much. That was my favorite song back then.
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. It still pops up in the shower karaoke.
yeah. And yeah, Camp Rock 2 by that point, like I was also like, when did it come out? 2010, I think. So I was like 12. Yeah, we were 12. Yeah, okay. So by that point, or I was probably maybe 11, but by that point, I wasn't as interested in Disney as much.
Mm,
I was still watching like Hannah Montana and Wizards, but by that point, like the new like era of Disney was coming out, like Shake It Up and Good Luck Charlie. Even though I did watch those shows as well, but not as much as the older
mm,
shows. So yeah, and it did feel like the quality diminished, and even now with seeing how people react to the two movies, especially Camp Rock 2, which like the scenes were a lot cringier. I did like that they made it more like a musical,
mm.
but the dancing some it was kind of weird. Um, but I think I prefer the storyline in the first one, which wasn't as
Yeah.
it still wasn't very good, but it was like for me it felt like more like nice. I don't know, more relatable, I
And if you
guess.
really think
Yeah.
about it, literally Camp Rock 1 is just Cinderella. He's trying to find the
Yeah,
girl with the
kind of.
voice.
Right.
Except for like the wicked stepmother, except for the
Mhm.
wicked stepmother, she's literally just like, she's the poor girl who has to work, and stuff. He has to find the girl with the voice, like all of it.
Yeah.
It's Cinderella set at camp.
Mhm.
But like I don't know, like with the High School Musical movies, because they get compared a lot. I feel like as much as like the High School Musical movies aren't great movies either, like there's a reason for them to be. Like it gets it's good enough. But with the Camp Rock movies, like even both of them, like together, they're just like a handful of good songs. Like,
Mhm.
e- although the only good song from Camp Rock 2 is "Introducing Me," sang by Nick Jonas.
Mhm. Even though I did like
Yeah,
the one with what was it called? Oh my god, I can't remember. It's the one that Demi and Joe sing together.
you have Google at your fingertips right now.
No, but I'm trying to. I wouldn't change a thing. There you go. Like I
Oh,
know the
okay.
lyrics, but I was like, what was the song? Yeah. No, I wouldn't change a thing. That I like that
Hmm.
one too, and the introducing me song. So
Oh yeah. Do you remember Phil of the Future?
yeah, I didn't
That
watch it though. Growing, I
uh,
okay, I did watch it, but it would only come out like late at night, and I would watch like the reruns of it.
mhm.
So I didn't really watch it when it was out.
Yeah, that was a great Disney Channel show. I do think back to like the the OG days of us like being little kids and like what was on Disney. Uh, like Hannah Montana was my introduction to the Jonas Brothers. From their one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like I think about like Phil of the Future and like That's So Ravens, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, not on
Yeah.
deck.
Oh yeah, and
Although,
that
yeah.
like on deck. It was I think I mostly watched on deck because okay, so I started watching Disney. I think the first thing I ever watched from Disney was The Sweet Life of Zach and
Mm,
Cody. Um, like I have a memory of turning on the TV and watching London and Maddie. They were like fighting. They were like literally like grabbing each other's hairs and like that's that's what I remember. The first thing I ever watched, and my mom like looked at it and she just turned off the TV and she's like, "What the heck is this?" So that was like my introduction, I think, to Disney overall, and then I started watching That's So Raven and Sweet Life, and then Hannah Montana. And I went to Ecuador around that time that I started watching those shows. And in Ecuador was when I first discovered High School Musical, the first movie, obviously. And then when I came back, I started watching Family Channel. So
okay.
where was I going with that? Oh,
I
no, wait.
don't know.
I don't know what I was. Oh, so by that point, so that was like 2006, 2007. So before then, like Phil of the Future, I think was before then. So I didn't grow up watching like even Stevens or Phil of the Future, even though I did watch those the reruns late at night. But those weren't the
Mm,
shows I like technically grew up with because it was more like That's So Raven, Sweet Life, Hannah Montana,
yeah.
Wizards. I remember watching the
Um,
first episode of Wizards when it came out.
yeah. Yeah, like I think I just barely missed like even Stevens, or like I caught a couple episodes like here and there, but it wasn't like it didn't like catch my attention. I think Phil of the Future was like the first. Um, no, because That's So Raven I think was premiered around the same time as like Phil of the Future.
Mm,
Um, so like I think I watched like those two, and stuff like those were my first like introduction to the Disney Channel. Um, and it was a good time, and I did watch the Even Stevens movie like when it came out.
yeah, that I
No
do remember
previous,
watching that.
I had zero previous knowledge of like really what Even Stevens was, other than like the few episodes I caught when I was little. Um, but yeah, I remember watching the first episode of Wizards of Waverly Place too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, isn't that Michaela from Hannah Montana?
Uh, I don't know if I don't think I saw that. Like, I don't think like I did watch the episode with the Jonas Brothers in Hannah Montana, but I don't remember if I saw that before Camp Rock, and so I don't. And I also don't remember if I saw the Michaela episode before watching Wizards. So I feel like my first introduction to Selena was in Wizards because I don't remember
Okay.
watching it before. But I know she did film, and they aired the Michaela episode before Wizards because they that was sort of like the her introduction. That was supposed to be her introduction, but she was also in Zack and Cody. She was also in The Sweet Life
Yeah,
before
she
then.
played. Yeah, she played a character during a play,
Yeah.
and he was actually supposed to be in a spin-off of Sweet Life called
Yes, Arwen.
Arwen,
Yes.
where she played Arwen's niece.
Yes, and I saw
Um,
that, like, I don't know if they have the full, I don't think they have the full episode. They released it, but I did see some clips from it, which I
mm,
thought I thought it was good. Like, there's that one actress from Princess Protection Program.
hmm
She was in that as well, and I thought she was really funny because there's that one scene where she's like, she doesn't understand the joke. Like, she doesn't understand what she's supposed to be doing. And she's supposed to be like pretending like she's calling someone or something. But yeah,
yeah,
it was funny. And yeah, I mean, that I think that show was kind of a missed opportunity to have more of Arwen. Um, but I'm also kind of glad that they didn't, because then Selena wouldn't have been on Wizards. So,
yeah. Truth, they might not have even made Wizards because, like, I think they were. I think the whole reason um, Wizards came to be, like, I'm sure like somebody might have picked up Wizards, but I think they were looking for a project for Selena.
hmm,
I think like Disney was like actively trying to like figure out what would be the best project to launch her.
yeah, and
Really,
yeah, I think so too. I think she also had something else, like a different
yeah, there was
project.
like there was like one other show, but like they don't give as much detail as like the Arwen one.
Hmm. And I know that they also they filmed like the pilot of Wizards without JT Austin,
Oh
and it was
yeah,
a different story. I think it was a different like show, I think, as well.
yeah,
So
they were like Irish or something. They were like
yeah, there were
the
the
magic
O'Malleys.
the magical O'Malleys or something like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, which I'm
Which
so
is
intrigued.
weird.
I want to see that pilot. um, yeah, because like Wizards actually was my favorite show on Disney. Which what was yours?
Um, so when I was little, it was like the Sweet Life because I was like, oh well, this is the boy show, and stuff like. Even though I still religiously watched Hannah Montana and stuff, I was like, no, this is the one I'm supposed to like. It's hard to say really, like looking back on it, but probably like Hannah Montana was probably my favorite. It's the one I watched the most.
Mhm.
But then it probably switched over to Wizard since that kind of like took over the spot.
Yeah, no, I think same thing happened to me, because I do remember when I was in like grade 5 or so, like when when the Hannah Montana movie came out, I was like so like obsessed with the show and everything. And then it switched over to Wizards. Like I started really liking Wizards. I think it was around that time actually, because I think the second like the Wizards movie came out after the Hannah Montana one, and then I was like obsessed with Wizards, and that kind of stuck with me till now. Because I recently went back and rewatched Wizards, and it still holds up. Holds up. Most of it, like I'm
Does
still
it?
like, yeah, I think so. But there's like a few things. Like there's a few episodes which I can't physically watch because they're just um like there's this one where the dad turns into a bug, and I'm just like I can't watch that. It was too gross. And I honestly didn't even remember it when I watched it the first time, so I don't. But for the most part, it's still a really good show. I think the first two seasons were better than the last two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I I don't know, man, because like there's these times when I'm like, you know what? Let me go back and like watch a classic Disney show. And then like I get like I get like 30 seconds into it, and like I don't even give it a chance again. I'm just like, I don't want to ruin the memories.
Yeah.
just in case it's still bad, just in case it's actually bad.
Mm. Yeah, no, I see that. I think Sweet Life isn't I think if I went back and watched Sweet Life, I think I would still laugh a lot. I think that was and That's So Raven too. Like those two, like you said, like those two were really funny. I mean, you didn't say that, but
Mm.
you said they were good. But they those two were really funny shows, and they all had like really good like actors, like really good comedic actors.
Yeah.
Um
I
yeah,
don't think Hannah Montana would hold up. I don't think it would.
no.
Cause that's the one I tried to watch 30 seconds of, and I was like, no, I'm gonna leave it be.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't think it's like I do, even though I haven't gone back to watch it, I do like I saw Dylan is in trouble watch the first episode. The
And the
first
last
episode
episode,
was just very loud, but um but I think the whole show, like overall, like I don't think is as funny as the other shows that we grew up
yeah,
watching.
yeah. I watched Dylan is in trouble as like first and last of Hannah Montana,
Mm.
and when I went to rewatch Hannah Montana, actually before that, I forgot that like Hannah's original wig was so weird.
Mhm.
Like it had like it was still straight, but it had like that swoop in the
Yeah.
front rather
Yeah.
than like the bangs. It
Yeah.
was so crazy to me.
Mhm.
But yeah, like the Sweet Life and like That's So Raven and stuff like, and even Phil of the Future, I think they hold up better. Um, I think Hannah Montana was just like it was so much more like about like, oh well, she can sing and like it's Miley Cyrus that we're trying to launch than like actually
Yeah.
caring about the quality of the show.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the same with like Camp Rock and not well, High School Musical, I guess, to an extent where we care more about the songs, the music, and like the fact that they're like with Hannah Montana, she was like a pop star, and we're supposed to like idolize her and stuff. I think that was the
Hmm.
thing that gravitated a lot of people, but the actual like comedy of it in retrospect wasn't very good. There's some things. I mean, I would say like Jason Earls and Mitchell Musso,
Yeah,
uh,
those two, Jackson, yeah,
Enrico.
Jackson and Oliver and Rico still make me
Yes.
laugh. Um, Emily Osment as Lily still makes me laugh. I think Miley Cyrus is just a bad actress, maybe. That
Yeah.
might Miley and Billy Ray might be the reason the show's bad. Looking back
Yeah,
on it.
which is yeah, I mean their like sweet moments I think were better than their actual comedy. But like yeah, I
Mm.
love Emily Osment. She did another show called Young and Hungry, which I still watch, and I watched
Mhm.
when it came out. And it's kind of different. Like her personality is a bit different than her character in Hannah Montana, but it's I think it's way funnier than than Hannah Montana.
Oh
And I think
yeah.
because of the fact that Miley's not there, but
No, it
um,
definitely is. Because I also watched Young and Hungry, um, and I watched like Baby Daddy. You know, the show
oh
that
yeah,
also
I
came on
recently
with it.
watched that show with my sister.
It's good. It's
It's
good,
good,
and
yeah,
it's got Taj Mowry, and he doesn't get enough credit. I think he should get cast in more stuff.
yeah. Wait, who?
Taj Mowry.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's funny. He's hilarious. And I've actually been watching rewatching Smart Guy,
I
which
love Smart Guy. He's
so
a
good.
smart guy.
Yeah. And I did watch that like on Family Channel. Um I didn't watch like the whole show, but some episodes would come on some like I think during the weekends or something. But my favorite part of Baby Daddy is what's her name? Bonnie. Bonnie and
Oh yeah.
I don't remember his name, but Taj's character. I can't remember his name.
Uh, yeah. I can. I don't know. I always just call him Taj.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Tucker.
I don't
Tucker.
know. Yeah, Tucker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think I think actually like those shows like Baby Daddy and Young and Hungry. like I think that's like the perfect like in between stage. Um, like you just got out of the Disney Channel, and then you want to watch something else that's kind of a little bit more mature, but still has like a silly, goofy side. So you
Hmm.
go watch the stuff on like ABC Family or
Yeah.
Freeform.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that was like you said, like the perfect transition, especially because some of the characters from Disney were also on on Freeform or ABC Family at the time.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was good. It was There were good shows, but I did watch Baby Daddy when it first came out, but then I didn't. I stopped watching after the first like two episodes, and then
Yeah.
recently, like with my sister, we watched it on Disney Plus. It was good. Yeah, I didn't like Ben though. Like he's like the
Is-
my least favorite
Ben's the
character.
main one, right?
Sorry, what?
Ben's the main one, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's the main one.
Yeah, like I liked him, but I only liked him when he was like I don't like his like relationship with Riley.
Mm,
I think that's when I don't like him the most. Like when he's hanging out with like Emma, his kid in the show, for people who haven't seen it, or with his brother and Tucker. I like him more. I think
hmm.
I don't like his relationships with women.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah,
it tends to like
because
make him a worse character.
yeah, exactly. Because there's a scene where he like pretends to be gay and he pretends he's in a
Hmm.
relationship with Tucker just so to get his daughter into daycare, and he like uses that to his advantage. So like
Hmm.
to get close to a girl. So it was like really weird. And there's other things that I can't remember right now, but he does something almost in every episode involving women.
Yeah.
So yeah, but D-
Um,
Danny
there's a
was
couple.
amazing.
Danny. No, go ahead.
Yes. Hmm.
No, you said Danny was. Go ahead.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah, Danny was amazing. Um, yeah, like there are a couple jokes in there that like really show like the age of the show. Like even though it was like a more recent show, like they do have like fat jokes and whatnot in there.
Mm,
But like overall, like even if you can get past those, Riley's storyline really is like a more body positive storyline.
yeah.
You know,
And I think the same
um,
with
yeah.
Young and Hungry also has you can tell that it's a kind of an older show by
Mm.
its humor. It has similar humor like with fat jokes. Um yeah. But yeah, I think I don't think Danielle's going to come on, but we'll
Yeah,
probably end this
yeah,
at the 2 hour mark just to
yeah, and
keep
plus
up.
after that, I just got to get ready for work.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to
So I
finish
was
my
going to
essay.
suggest the same thing. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what you writing an essay about?
It's an English essay. It's like about critical theory, or it's about this book by James Joyce called "The Portrait of a." I can never say the title. It's so confusing. A portrait of young man as an artist, or something like that. It's like really confusing, and it's supposed to be confusing, but um, yeah, I'm like writing about like Foucault and prison and society and stuff, so it's like really boring and I hate it, but I this is like the last thing I have to do as an assignment, and then I have my exam, which is in like a few weeks, and then that's it for me.
Okay.
For school. Yeah. But yeah, I'm almost done. I'm like one third done of the essay, so I'm
Hmm.
supposed to write like another third of it today, and then the last third of it I'll write tomorrow, and then I'm done. So
That would be pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Um,
I usually try to pace myself and give myself enough time, because at the beginning of university I wasn't doing that. I was just writing everything in one night, which was really bad.
Mm.
But yeah.
And you're caught up with Cobra Kai, right?
Yes, yes, I am.
All right.
Um, yeah. Yeah, no, we caught up I think in June or something. Like or maybe it was no, it was like the first July 1st, I think, cuz it was Canada Day, so that's why I remember that.
Canada Day.
Yeah. We caught up after we saw the fireworks, which yeah. But
What
it was
what does
good.
Canada have to celebrate? I mean,
I
it
know,
could
right?
celebrate. I mean,
It
it could
was
celebrate that it's not us, but um,
and that it's not what?
that it's not us. The U.S.
Oh. I'm
Honestly, if I was Canadian, I would be celebrating that every day.
a country, which yeah, but it's
Yeah.
weird, like people they still celebrate Canada Day, but it's also like um my wife hear me.
I can hear you kind of. You're freezing up a little
Is it
bit.
yeah, what, can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I see the Wi-Fi, like my connection isn't stable, so thankfully we're gonna end this soon. um but what was I saying? Oh yeah, we still like celebrate Canada Day. Uh, I don't know what. Okay, we still kind of celebrate Canada Day, but it's still like it's not as.
Big of a deal.
And also, we live out of like the city, so we don't get to like see the bigger celebrations around where I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, should we be especially since you're going to be done with school, should we be expecting weekly uploads of
Yes.
your Cobra Kai reactions?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Like after I think after August, because I know I have well, so I'm going to Fan Expo, which is where hopefully I'll be able to meet the cast. Some of them, only
Mm.
4 of them are coming, which and their like photo op thing is really like it's like I think $100 or $200, so I don't know if I'm going to go for that, but I'm going to see their panel for sure. But
Yeah.
then yeah, after that I'll start posting the reactions, and then like we have to do season 5 immediately after that, which is yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to like start posting more videos, like
Oh
more
yeah.
frequently. Um,
Um, can you give the listeners any update on where you are in Stranger Things? I know where you are on
oh
the
my god,
uploads, but where are you in your
the same
personal?
thing. I'm still on. I haven't watched past episode 4. I'm still on there on season 1
Ooh.
in season 1. So yeah, and yeah, like I have to upload 3 episode 3. I have to edit and upload episode 3, and then episode 4, and then
So
start.
those should be coming more frequently after August as well, right?
Yeah, I think I'll do Cobra Kai first, just because it's more urgent, more immediate, and then I'll do Stranger
Mm.
Things. I think the 5th season is supposed to come out in like 2 years or something like that. So
Yeah.
I
So
have
by the
time.
time you're done, it'll be time for season 5.
Yeah, and by that point the show will be over too. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've avoided it for that long. But yeah. Anyway, I guess this we'll just end this right now. Sadly, Daniela couldn't join us, but I'm really glad that you were able to join, Ami. And we did have a kind of long discussion about episode 3, but not as long as we
Yeah.
could have
I mean,
had.
I think it was about. I think we more or less we wrapped it at like 40, 45 minutes
Hmm.
for episode 3, and then we
Yeah.
spent at least 10 to 15 minutes talking about the High School Musical franchise in general.
Yeah, and I think that's good. Like that we expand our commentary beyond the episode, because or also there's not much to talk about with the 30-minute show. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like for the more meatier episodes, we'll go into them longer. But like when it's a episode where only like three, things happen, I think
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes isn't that bad.
Yeah. Oh, and wait, I just wanted to briefly say, um, I don't think did was there any like mockumentary like interviews thing in this episode? Because I don't remember any.
No, I don't think they did any mockumentary interviews like for season three so far.
No, no, they have, but I don't think they have in this maybe last episode they didn't either, but for sure the first one, I remember seeing them do that. So I don't know. Maybe they'll stop doing that, which is weird because they're
Um,
supposed to be doing it more.
I think they're gonna keep doing it. I think they haven't done it yet because like Corbin hasn't been shooting.
Hmm.
I'm sure they'll bring him back when they're by next episode when they're shooting the behind the scenes stuff probably.
Yeah. But anyway, so that'll be it for now. Thank you, Ami, for joining, and we'll be back next week for episode 4. And hopefully Daniela would join us. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.